Hello everybody, Thetymix here. Welcome back to Creeper World 2 Redemption. 2 more custom levels to go before we move on to Creeper World 3, and this is the second most liked mission out of the nearly 3,000 in the Creeper World 2 database. Help the Rebels is had 213 likes, but more impressively only 9 dislikes. There's only a handful of missions over 200 likes, even the ones over 150. None of them rather had close to that few amount of dislikes. So there wasn't really anybody a very small group of people weren't a fan of this one. Now I should say that this is an example of a certain type of mission that there are quite a few of. There's a bunch of different rooms, and a lot of the levels that are made like this end up being super grindy. And I think one of the reasons this one didn't have a lot of dislikes is it's that style of mission, but it's not a horrible grind. It's not a total slog. And the only reason I know that is because I've already played it once. And then recorded it the recording didn't take. So now I've got to do it again. Which means for those of you who enjoy the dumb mistakes that I occasionally, meaning every couple minutes, tend to make in this game, it's not probably going to be as amusing. For those who don't like that, it's probably going to be better, because it won't take as long now that I have some sense of what I'm doing, at least for parts of it. So, without further ado, let's take a look. I got a mission for you, says Knucklecracker. This is not an official mission. Some rebels on Nixonia need your held. They got some weak emitters. They have some weak emitter? Held them. No, help, you mean, in their fight against Nexus. The Nexus? Okay. Obviously, the, how shall we say it? The grammar or the spelling of the briefing leaves something to be desired. The level itself is better than you would think from that. 5 of their emitters were stolen from them and won't be operative for 30 minutes. Okay. Good luck, soldier. And don't worry about your ship. They got you a save spot. Alright. Safe, not save. Don't waste your time, but if you do, I'll be waiting at the end of my maze. So I think the idea here is if you take more than a certain amount of time, a Nexus is activated. Okay. That would be bad. So immediately when we start, we want to go do in the techs, because you start with 432 Teknites, which is a rather ridiculous amount. And it just so happens that's basically the exact amount you need to research everything useful. So the idea is, you know, getting Teknites and whatnot, not a big part of this. Now let's boost our energy storage. And of course, if I'd not played this before, I wouldn't really know for sure quite yet what actually is going to be useful. But since I have, I do. Now, we're going to have no use for tech domes. We're going to have no use for ore. And it's not a beacon one. This is one of those where basically fog of war is off. So everything else we have right at the start. Now, let's get some reactors going. More than that, I guess. Now, we've got anti-creeper emitters up here. I'm going to move this over, get going. We've got anti-creeper emitters up here, reactors up here. And this is sort of going to follow us throughout the level, this whole anti-creeper thing. We've got a micro rift. And so the basic idea, and of course explaining this, I've already lost a little bit of time, but I'm not like trying to set a speed run here or anything. And actually, let me just go like that. I don't know if I've got enough energy for all that. Let's give it a try. So basically, it's just like it's one section after the other. It's very linear. I'm getting the weapons built. Now we're in range, and we want to nullify this. And let's go ahead and open that up while we do it, because you see this anti-creeper little string? It's trying to get down there. And there it goes. So we're nullified, and that's going to work its way down. And of course, we want to roll on with the blasters. And as much as we can, while we're doing this, we're pretty full on energy. So let's go ahead and throw up some more reactors. We're going to want to do that periodically. So, I mean, to do this quickly, it's basically a balance between, you know, moving the weapons along, throwing up some more reactors really quick, all of that fun stuff. You can see this is all cleared out, and we've got all that going down there. So let's just go ahead and move in. And there's another section cleared out. And I want to throw up a couple more blasters, another launcher, and just, you know, you're gradually ramping up, gradually moving, and, you know, you want to be constantly, I mean, to be expert at this, you're constantly moving forward and then building stuff in between that. I'm not going to be able to do that, but I'll do my best to not be totally incompetent as well. And with fully maxed out blasters and launchers and everything, you can do pretty good. Now, when the first time I did this, I didn't realize that. I got to about this point before I said, oh yeah, I've got a bunch of Tech Knights. Let's upgrade everything. That might be fun. And so I, you know, proceeded forward with that. Now we're going upwards, but we, again, it's not as bad as normal upwards because we have this anti-creeper string. So, and these are all running. It says that 5 were stolen, and it won't be active for 30 minutes. And I didn't really get that the first time. But in retrospect, I actually know what that's about, so I'll explain it when we get there. Unless I do something really stupid, we're going to get there in less than 30 minutes. By the way, the record for this level, in case anybody cares, is 17 minutes and change. 52 is the average. It took me longer than the 52 the first time. I'm hoping to be shorter than it this time. But we're not going to even come close to that 17. So, here we go. And I just sort of want to move all my blasters into the next room. And one of the things I think that helps with this level is just always be looking ahead to the next room when you're fighting on one of them. So, okay, well, that's all blown up, so forget about that idea. Let's just move everybody in here. And then nullify that. Okay, no, that didn't work. You've got to get over here and sort of get it under control before you can really effectively nullify this. Okay, so that's in place, but what do we have going on here? Well, we've got almost 200k, and we've got a bunch of emitters, 1k, 30-some times a second, so they're pretty weak emitters. You can see this is, you know, all these things it was shooting out. This is handling it over there. Oh, what happened? I lost a nullifier. So, okay, see, I've already screwed up. I lost a nullifier somehow. Less than 5 minutes in, I've screwed up. So let's handle this, shall we? And one thing that's also real easy to forget to do on this level is micro rifts. You're constantly going back and forth, so these packets have to travel this ridiculous range. So if you don't use micro rifts, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. Let's roll on here. I think this is a good time. Probably should have done it before I opened this up. And building more blasters and launchers. Now, for whatever reason, I've settled into a pattern over my time playing this game of having twice as many blasters as launchers, and it's something I just sort of do reflexively. It seems to me to be the most sensible way to do it, but I could be wrong about that. Now, let's just move in. There we go. Okay, let's slide down in here and nullify all this nonsense. I like getting into a position, of course, where I can nullify all of them at once. Now, what do we have in here? Well, we've got this gateway clearing all these out, and most of these were cleared out by the time I got in here the first time. But we've got this creeper, 200k. Okay, that's not too terrible. There we go. But these also, I didn't notice this the first time, so you got 1 million or 2 million or whatever creeper in these blocks. I don't have to take these out now. This is actually the last thing I took out, because I thought I'd beaten the level and I didn't get the victory screen, and that the reason was I didn't finish these. But, you know, now that I'm aware of that, I think probably the best way is just going to be to take them out a little more quickly. And since there's not that much creeper, at least on the outside, we can actually afford to just send our blasters in like this. They'll take some damage, but then they'll start clearing everything away. And then let's just take this out as we go. I mean, it is a million creeper, but it's only a million in like one spot, so yeah, I can go and clear that out. There we go. And let's move on. And work our way through this lovely little barrel of fun. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Nullify the emitter. Not emitter, gateway. And also clear these out. Down here we got a capsule. We got something moving around in here. We got a shield. Which, by the way, this is, you know, as you're watching this, if you have any ideas on how to intelligently use the shields, let me know. I never came up with a really great way to do it. So I'm going to think about that. But again, I didn't try that hard. This is only the second time through. It's not like I've been thinking about it and, oh, I'm going to experiment with this way or that way. Oh, the capsule's empty, says Aliana Abraxas. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's roll in here. I want to create some room, too. So what launches down here? There's a whole bunch of creeper down in this area. Yeah, we're close to 1 million density. So I just want to flood it. Flood it with, yep, now we can start to see that block of creeper coming through. But now we're taking control. And yeah, this is a lot faster than I managed it the first time. Once we get enough of these in here... Now, these are created by this set of emitters over here. So, I mean, you could use the shields to just block this off, but I don't know that that's hugely useful. Because I can just blow it up quickly. Now, these have a bunch of creeper in them as well, which I didn't realize the first time either. So, you know, it's just sort of remembering the problems that I had, and then you know, going through it. Now this thing, it takes 200. And the other thing I want to do is every time I get to the other end, again I'm forgetting it, build a micro rift. It's like one over there, one over here. When I get back over here, I want to build one there. So just sort of, you know, making all of that happen. Let's move. Yeah, let's just move in. Let's take one out. Oh, can't sustain that in place. Fine. Move it up one. You see, we're still not getting... I mean, this just takes a while. Give us 5 more Teknites. We have no useful way to use. Okay, there we go. Well, let's clear this out. And we got, you know, we're shooting more bullets over here. We got the gravity mess going down. And then these are each 100k per second. So these emitters are stronger. They're not total pushovers. There we go. There's our shield. Let's just go ahead and move in. Further. Or let the anti-creeper try to take care of that nonsense over there. Put one there, and then we'll put another one up there when that's finished. Well, maybe we can put it now. Let's try it. And this here, I mean, there's not much there. Let's go and open it up. Now this part, if we look down here, first of all, these are the 5 emitters that don't do anything for the first half hour, okay? The 5 emitters are the same, you know, white kind that we've got up here. And then this down here is a little more massive. I mean, you look at these things, 10K, 30 times a second, so millions per second, okay? All 4 of these are that way. They've got this gravity thing going on where they try to concentrate, or not gravity, but this attraction. Flying creatures up in here. They're going to try to concentrate in this area. They're going to do all kinds of weird things. You can see them popping up over here. And this is really the part where I think it's a really good idea to start, you know, just brute forcing stuff. And I didn't mean to move exactly there, but we'll handle it. So let's move down here and down here. And then I want to, you know, just nullify these. And let's get some more launchers going. And I've really been remiss in the reactors. I just need to, I want to build a bunch of stuff right now. Okay, that's gone. Let's open this up so we can start shooting at it. Let's get a micro rift up over here. And boom, here it goes. You can see almost a million here, but the big thing is, like, they're going to try to concentrate right here, so that makes it harder to get in. And then also, you can see my energy is going down. I've got to build more reactors like these. The sheer volume of creeper in here and the speed that those emitters are going to pump it out really requires you to move a little more quickly. Well, I added the launchers, and I'm not done. I don't think. I want to add a couple more. Make it 3 more. Lots of launchers for this part. And then I just want to start, like, because some of these farther away blasters are not even getting in on the act. I've got enough energy to keep up with this now. So I want to start gradually moving these in from the sides into this opening. And eventually, as you thin it out, you can see the anti-creeper struggling to do that. But we're going to weaken the force of these emitters. They're still going to pump out all their fun stuff. You see it's in the hundreds of K down here. Here it is. You see that starts to open up on this side. And then we can move into blasters over here. Matter of fact, we can move the whole group down there. And they can start, see, now they're away from the entrance. Now they're going to start making a hole here. Now you've got to be careful you don't do it too soon, because you've got to be able to let packets get into it. You can see, like, it can really choke off this entrance if we're not careful, which is why we would, of course, want to build a micro rift in here. And now I'm losing all my blasters, because I did do it too soon. Super! Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't do this the first time. I got too greedy. So, how about we try that again? Add a couple more launchers over here. So yeah, that's a great example of how not to do it. I wanted to wait a little bit longer, get a micro rift in here, for goodness sake. And then I can make all of this fun stuff happen. There we go. Okay, let's try it again now. We want a micro rift there. We've got to get blasters in here to protect it, so that's the thing. Move in a few more. The other thing I think I want to do is, doggone it, am I going to lose this again? Get over here, start shooting away this path so we can get... No, it's not working. Good grief, I'm having the darndest time with this. Okay. Well, yes. I think if you're watching this, you probably have the general idea. And you're also like, why is he not executing it properly? My answer to that is, I got nothing. I think I want to stay closer to the middle here. Probably part of my problem. And part of the reason why this is going better is I've just worn down the total amount of creeper further as well. But I think it's plenty open enough now that I can move everything in. And I want to get about, 6 or so more blasters up. And also right here, you can see once this goes down, like, this creeper isn't pushing up very much here. So I can just nullify those right away. Got my micro rift up in this area now. This one's down low enough. Let's nullify that. Might be able to get that one in. If I can, I'll get it when this left side goes. See, This thing still shooting stuff around. So you got all kinds of weird creeper formations doing their thing. Boom. Okay, let's move these over here. And then let's move down. Now this area here, what's it got? Okay, it's got 50 million. So it's got a bunch of creeper, but I've got this wide open space to deal with, so I'm fine with that. I just want to move the launchers over here so that as it pushes up, I can hit the feed spot. Now this nullifier's gone. Let's go wrap this up. Well, I'm losing some launchers now because I'm an idiot. Cool. Boy, another mistake I did not make the first time. I'm all trying to be in a hurry here. And being kind of stupid about it. Thankfully, not catastrophic, because we do have this big room to advance from. See, these are still doing nothing, but we're only at 20 minutes, so about another 10 minutes, and I'm sure I will not have finished by then. They will click on and they will help us. Moving a little bit, but not get crazy. Again, moving all the blasters one side, all launchers to the other, not the smartest idea. Blaster and launcher combination to deal with dense and shallow creeper, always the best. Okay, our concentration here, a few thousand. Okay, now all that's gone. That was just a certain amount. Now it wants to get in here. Let's let it, shall we? Move these down there. And get a few blasters in place. Okay, let's see what these are doing over here. Well, we've got 10k every third of a second, 3 of them, so not as strong as the ones up here, but they're not wimps either. See, once we get rid of most of this, I want to follow the same basic idea. Just move the heck in. Especially with the blasters. Take some damage, they won't take a ton. A couple more of them to get the other two in there. Launchers behind them. There we go. Now they're going to take all this stuff out as they come. And let's nullify those two. And just keep right on moving. Now this down here looks real special. All these emitters. And there's, yeah, 1k every, you know, so it's actually not that big of a deal, but it is kind of annoying. This is one of those parts that's, okay, this is annoying, it's a bit of a slog, you know, all that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and nullify that and open this up as well. And you can see the, you know, the game already struggling with all the stuff that's going on. That will get worse. Now, in general, I think it's better for this part to have, you know, big row launchers up top, and then send in blasters down below. So let's do something like that for now. And just, oh yeah, you think you're going to fill this in back up here? No, you're really not. You are not going to be allowed to do that. And we're going to want to be moving stuff along down here and nullifying it. Might be able to fit one in there. Nope. So at first it gets a little iffy, but once we get a few blasters in here, we can actually speed up this process. Get more nullifiers active at once. And we can see, like, we can fit in this one, and this one, and probably that one too. Nope, that one's not going to stay. Okay. Perhaps only 2 at once. And once again, I have neglected the micro rift. Because that's what I do. I forget to build micro rifts. No matter how many times it's obviously apparent that I need to do it. Then we want to just keep moving in here. Eventually we're going to put launchers in to clear out this part, but first things first. And just, generally the idea is just keep moving forward, keep placing your nullifiers, you know, and then try to keep pushing forward with the blasters. Get as close behind this as you can. And then as each emitter goes, you've created more room. Leapfrog a few forward. And hit the next group of sections. Okay, now I want to start basically alternating. There we go. Because they're not going to fire from up here anymore down this pipe, or whatever you want to call it. Continue to move forward, and we can generally keep, you know, as I'm doing, keep a couple of these more or less non-stop active. That takes a little bit for the launchers, you know, to clear out what's going on down here, but not that terribly long. Okay, let's fit another one in there and another one there. Just want to gradually keep everything moving forward. No, 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 it's not what I want. That's not what I want either. You come back. Come back. Now, I made this part, I think, more difficult than I needed to last time, and I don't know the right way to do it. Suffice to say, there's a lot of creeper down here. You see that? About 50 million or so. And this thing releases 50k, but only once a minute. It sends these little blobs over here to reinforce this side, and then they push up. So that's going to be a situation, but let's fill this up first. I don't want a bunch of launchers up here. go. Let's move around the corner. I'm going to want one more blaster up here. And then maybe launches back as far as that, possibly. Let's nullify this. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what the best way is to do this. I'm just going to be totally honest about that. But what I want to do is move those up there. Not sure if it's a good idea, but I'm going to throw the micro rift up there. Okay. Oh, let's pull this back. Okay. It's not where I wanted that. I just want to have a couple layers of shields to work this a little better. But when this opens up, which it's time to do it now, you know, I'm just going to need a ton of firepower down here. And there it goes. You can see this shield going. But it was flooding up here and making things more difficult. Now, maybe this would be better. Let me try moving a launcher or two up there. I mean, obviously launchers are what I want. Yep. Maybe I move all the blasters to the back until I get everything that I need here. You see, not all of these are firing. Yeah, and there goes that one. So the idea here is that there's only so much firepower that I can put on this. And you'd have to get to do this in just a couple minutes if you're going to finish this whole thing in less than 20, and I don't know how you do that. But regardless, now we're at the half-hour thing, and now see these are now operating, so these are now contributing. So our strength here is long, but this is down now to, okay, mid-30s in the millions, as opposed to it was over 50. So, you know, we're going to pound this and pound it and pound it, and eventually get enough room to break through. Now we could try to, yep, there we go. Okay, you back up. Because I'm going to need now blasters in the front. And by, you know, messing around with it last time, I discovered it worked best with 3 blasters. At least I thought it worked best with 3 blasters and then a bunch of launchers behind them. I'm just going to gradually try to push this, and it'll eventually weaken, so on and so forth. We can see, you know, maybe 200k there. And this is down to, you know, about 30 million. So it's almost halfway down. You just got to keep pounding it and pounding it and pounding it as much as you can. And eventually, when it gets weak enough, we'll start pushing more over this way. Throw a couple blasters in place just for whenever that happens. I'm sure there is a better way to handle this, but I'll be darned if I know what it is. So this is just sort of, I mean, you can see it is going down. It's in the low 20s now, but it's just sort of a tedious section where you're just firing and firing, and you got a lot of more weapons back here. But if I try to move them in the middle, well, I'm not going to be able to get anything to them. I won't be able to get a micro rift up down there for them. So it's just going to be a problem. There's nothing else I've got. So I've just got to wait for this. Under 20 million now. See, it makes these, you know, little, it like shifts its creeper around or whatever. It makes these little fluctuations. Yeah, it's like it's shoving more up there or whatever. But it's still, you know, continuing to weaken gradually. And we're keeping this one about half alive. That's all we're doing there. Now, of course, this would be somewhat less concentrated if I hadn't spent so much time up here messing up. So it's another one of those things where the more you screw up, you make things a little bit more difficult for yourself further on down the road. And we can look around down here and see that we've got insane amounts of drones. And if you look at the drone details down there, they actually have creeper. You blow them up and they have like a little creeper bomb. And then we've got all kinds of emitters in here and in here. And this fast little drone swooping around that won't sit still, and there's almost 1 million density. So we've all kinds of fun things still coming up. So how are we doing over here? About 12 million or so. Less than 10 million. So it won't be too much longer until this thins out to the point where we can finally move in here. And I will say this is one of the longest rooms. And it's one of the rooms that really does sort of have that slog feeling to it. One of the things that makes this level good is there isn't a lot of those. Although I don't think the challenges in individual rooms are all that unique, really. A lot of them are similar to each other and some of the things you've seen before. But there is some variety, and it, like I said, at least doesn't make you slog through a bunch of rooms like this. But this is one of them. Okay, a few million left. Now I'm going to yank one of these out. So I want another blaster up here. Getting close to the point where, yeah, more firing over here. That may prove more significant. Looks like I can get another square there. And then move another launcher in place. See, now this is falling down. Move, try to get around the corner here. And we're down here to, yeah, 1 to 2 million. Not entirely sure these blasters are going to survive, but I do know that I want more above them. Let's keep this firepower rolling in this direction. Now this is really starting to break up. 50k or so. Alright. Now let's just move in. Obviously we're going to need a micro rift over here. Let's do that now. Not dink around with it. And let's nullify this thing. And then, of course, I want to grab all my groups of wonderful weapons and get them moving over this way, because we're going to want them all. Once those blasters get down here, we can open up the next section. I want to make sure we're ready to handle that drone. Down here we've got a gateway, but mostly it's the 1 million density creeper plus drone. That's what we're dealing with here. That should be enough blasters in place to handle whatever that drone wants to do. Yeah, there we go. Now let's get all of our launchers down here and just fire like crazy. And at a certain point, this just sort of turns into an exercise in brute force. Yeah, we just need to take just the more firepower you have, the faster you can clear things out. Okay, so now we're dominating this section. Let's move in. You know, and again, with all these drones whirring around, we're really making this thing slow down. There's only so much the game can handle in terms of constantly running stuff. So this is going to nullify. Well, what about this over here? Okay, we got about 1 million creeper down there, about 500k up here, and yeah, it's not that strong of an emitter, so it's got a bunch of creeper build up and it's moving back and forth. It doesn't appear that there's a whole lot more than that. So let's get all this stuff in here and crack that open. There we go, and I don't even think it even tries to come out here. And boom, up goes our anti-creeper little snake. I always like blasters to handle all these little droplets, or whatever you want to call them. Take some damage getting in, but then they're going to kick some butt once they get here. And boom. We've got that nullifier, got that emitter dominated, excuse me. And now let's see what's going on in here. Oh, 18 million, good grief. But this is all concentrated down here. How strong is that emitter? Again, 1k every 0.03. Not a huge deal. Let's crack this open. And boom, now it's gonna take a while because it's gotta thud all this in here. But this over here isn't that deep. So we can just, you know, again, throw ourselves into it. And I want to wait until I get far into this room to build my next micro rift. You can see, boom, 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 boom. Look at all that clear out. Yep, once you get in, it's clear. Let's nullify. Let's micro rift. Let's look at the next room. Okay, 5 million per, so we're just looking at a whole bunch of firepower needed here. So I want to move some of this stuff back. Because I want mostly launchers. So if I do something like this, I should get more launchers firing at it. And yeah, stay away from my micro rift, please. Maybe, maybe not. Now see, it's trying to follow the pattern before. There you go. It's out. That sucks. Yep. So, got a little cocky there as well. We will clear this out. It's just going to take a little longer than it would have otherwise. And I don't know a better way than just wait for it. We will handle that. There's not really much question about that. Let's get a few more launchers headed up this way. Blasters, rather. You can see this in here now. It's mostly... There we go. Now it's starting to fade back, but it's mostly depleted. While we're pounding on this and the game continues to struggle to keep up with everything that's going on, this lovely zigzag here, we can take a look at our density. 24,000 there, and I think it gets more dense at the end of it. Oh, maybe not. Okay. This next room here, 1K per second. So these are weak emitters without a whole lot of dense creeper. I mean, it's sort of an interesting little room, but there's really not much to it, to be honest. How thick is this? Yeah, 20K or so. Go obliterate it, if you would, please. And crack that open. And go obliterate that. You see, it fades away. It's nothing, relatively speaking. And really, I just want to move in. I don't want to, mess around with anything. Just get in here. All of you can move in just for the fun of it. Okay, so then let's nullify there. Build another one here. I really think those two should be able to handle the room. Let's find out. Now down here, see, this is a little different. This is like a million. And there's some drones down here, so let's prepare a little bit for this. Something like that should work reasonably well. Well enough? Well, that's a whole nother story. Let's worry about that. But let's open this up. I think it's time to start building a bunch more reactors. Now, obviously, it'd be better done in between stuff instead of right when I've reached, but that's when I tend to think about it. So it is what it is. And of course, we have all of these emitters, which are not that strong. So, generally, we want to clear out an area so the anti-creeper controls it, and then you move forward. And there's not that much creeper in here. Oh, we lost nullifier. That sucks. Why is this being destroyed then? Alright, get out. Okay, maybe I'm not quite ready for to head in for that yet. I mean, there's not a lot in here. I think I just need to clear out enough area to get more blasters in place. Maybe that's my problem. There we go. This is definitely a room for blasters with all of these emitters and not a lot of else going on. Now once you get in here some more, as you can see, we can try to nullify further ahead. Now I like to put the nullifiers in the middle, and then there we go. Move up enough, I think I should be able to nullify 2 rows at once. Like so. So I think leapfrogging rows, like nullify there, and then nullify there to get all of those, and then, I think that's sort of probably the best way to go about this. It's the way I'm going to do it at any rate. There we go. Boom. Okay, so now I want to move about there. Not exactly like that, but actually that should handle it. Basically do that one more time. Get everybody else in here. And I'm going to want more blasters soon, so I might as well do that now. I want them for the next room. Basically. Because of what we're going to be hitting over there with all of those drones. Let's just go a little crazy with those. 7 emitters, 6 emitters, and a gateway. That's not a bad number. Okay. So we're going to lose some, but I'm just going to throw up more blasters here by the door. Entryway. Whatever. And then I want to... let's say we move you. It's fairly close here. I want another micro rift. Let's get all that up and running. Rift will be up soon. There we go. I'm not going to quite wait for it. Creeper density is pretty significant, but mostly it's the drone just exploding like crazy. And most of them don't even get to me. There we go. Now that that's done, let's create some space. Get some launchers in here to take out some of this creeper. Do some exchanges. Let's see how thick this is. Yeah, 140k down there still, so I'm gonna let this thin out a bit. Alright, that should be enough. Go have a party, everybody. And we're going to lose some to the drones, but it's not like we don't have plenty. Okay, let's nullify this now. We got 2 rooms left. Next one's a beast, though. It really is a beast. Let's go find out why. So you see we've got this thing going around the edge, which appears to be about 3 million, but if you'll walk down here, 16 million, 38, 40 million, and then these emitters, there's 5 of them, each putting out 100k half a second. That's 500k every half second, or a million every second. So what are we going to do about this? Let me tell you what we're going to do about this. We're going to go crazy nutso on launchers. something like that. And I do want to have a couple of blasters over there, but mostly I want one. You know what, let's just build some more reactors for the fun of it. Because almost 40 income for energy is not enough, right? There's no such thing as enough. And plus, it gives me something to do to keep my mind occupied while they go fire a stupid amount of missiles into that room. And overall, this actually is not going to end up a whole lot faster than my first try, I do not think. Partly because of the mistakes I made. Partly because, hey, I found a way that worked and I just more or less repeated it. Yeah, I mean, I could have done it faster. Okay, so this is cleared out a lot faster than expected. Even this room is getting a micro rip in. Because this is all trying to, you know. But last time it took longer. I don't think I had nearly this many launches. So this is definitely going better. Once you get a rift in here, it's all over but the shouting. This is one of those rooms last time I tried to move blasters in too early. A bunch of them died. I didn't do that so much earlier in the level, but I did it here. So okay. So now you're all going to move in and just freaking make mincemeat out of whatever you run into, pretty much. Also, we're going to just sit there and nullify all those at once. And get this lovely staccato firing thing going on. I don't want all of you to come in. Oh, and this is down here, so it can't. Good grief, that was so dumb. Nothing to get to that. Put it on the other side, it'd be a lot better. Because of the gravity thing, it's not going to come, so we don't have to do anything to assist it. Oh look. See, look, we've been cut off. We have been cut off. However, that doesn't really matter, because we're getting more in here. We can see the energy is struggling. I'm actually running out of energy. Even with all the reactors I put up, I'm running out of energy. This is a room that requires the most firepower. Boom. There goes that. So now we just gotta take care of whatever creepers left in here. We've still got a deficit, but that will be handled shortly. Yeah, okay. Now let's take a look at this room. Every 10 minutes, 10 million, but it hasn't released anything yet. And by the way, I believe that this is the Nexus thing that it was talking about at the beginning, because it did actually release some the last time, because I did it in just over an hour. And I think it starts releasing at an hour. But the problem is, we got here faster than an hour. So this is like literally a joke of a room, because all you do is walk up to it and place a nullifier. So, I mean, very not exactly a melodramatic ending at all. Boom. And that's victory. So pretty much exactly 10 minutes faster than my last attempt. Again, we could do it faster, but doggone it, we're finished. So there's only one more to go. The most liked, in literal actual number of likes, custom map for Creeper World 2. And that'll be up next time. Hope you enjoyed Help the Rebels, and we'll be back soon.